Seniors, listen. Not all vegetables are your friends. After 60, you've spent your life trying to eat right. You skip the sugary desserts. You avoid fried foods. You fill your plate with greens and vegetables, because that's what you've always been told is best for your heart. But what if? What if one of those healthy vegetables you eat every day, the ones you trust the most, is quietly putting your heart at risk? I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to tell you the truth I've seen unfold countless times in my cardiology clinic. Seniors walk in confused. Their blood pressure is up, their heart rhythm is off, their medication suddenly isn't working as well. They've done everything right, or so they thought. And the culprit? Not fast food, not sugar, not even red meat. It's something far more unexpected: vegetables. Yes, real vegetables. The very foods you've been told to lean on for health and healing. How is that even possible? The answer lies in something we don't talk about enough: how the aging body changes. After 60, the way your body processes nutrients, reacts to natural compounds, and interacts with medication, all of it shifts. That superfood that helped you in your 40s may now be working against your medication, spiking your blood pressure, or triggering hidden inflammation. And the worst part, you won't feel a thing. There are no warnings, no symptoms. You feel fine until suddenly you're not. A mini stroke, a heart rhythm issue, a trip to the ER that could have been avoided. Let me be clear, I am not against vegetables. But I am against blindly trusting that healthy means safe for everyone at every age. This video is different. I'm not going to throw out a list and tell you to stop eating everything you love. Instead, I'm going to walk you through something much more important: understanding how your body works now, not how it worked 20 years ago. Because what matters most isn't just what's on your plate. It's how that plate interacts with your heart, your blood vessels, and your medications today. If you're over 60, or care for someone who is, please watch this video all the way through. I'm going to show you the silent mistakes I've seen patients make with everyday vegetables. The ones that seem harmless, even healing, but could be quietly setting you up for a cardiac event. And don't worry, for every risky food, I'll give you a safer, heart-smart alternative that lets you keep eating well without fear. Because the very first food I'm about to reveal, chances are, it's already in your fridge right now. So don't skip. Don't click away. The next 10 minutes might just change the way you eat and possibly save your life. Spinach, the silent interference on your prescription. Spinach, the iconic green we've all been taught to trust. It's in salads, smoothies, and stir-fries, praised for its nutrients and its place in a heart-healthy diet. And yet, for people over 60, especially those taking blood-thinning medications, this leafy green may not be the ally it once seemed. What most people don't realize is that spinach is packed with vitamin K, a powerful nutrient that helps the blood clot. Normally, that's a good thing. But if you're someone who's been prescribed medications like warfarin after a stroke, heart attack, or because of atrial fibrillation, that same vitamin can begin working against you. I've seen it time and time again in my clinic. Seniors who follow what they think is the perfect diet, daily green smoothies, big salads, steamed spinach with dinner, suddenly face complications. Their medication doesn't seem to work. Blood clots form. Mini strokes occur. And they have no idea that the very food they thought was healing them was interfering with the treatment designed to protect their lives. It's not about spinach being bad. It's about inconsistency. With vitamin K, what hurts you isn't necessarily how much you eat. It's how unpredictable your intake is from day to day. When your levels fluctuate, your medication effectiveness fluctuates too. That's what puts your heart and brain in danger. One patient of mine, Margaret, 72, came in confused and frightened. She had suffered a mild stroke, even though she never missed a dose of her anticoagulant. When we looked closer, we found she'd recently added green smoothies with fresh spinach every morning. Just that small change, made with the best intentions, had tipped the balance. It was a heartbreaking realization for her, but also an empowering one, because now she could take control. So what's the solution? Not to fear spinach, but to treat it with the respect it deserves. If you're going to eat it, do so in moderation and keep your intake consistent each week. And most importantly, talk to your doctor. Let them know what's on your plate. That conversation could prevent a clot, a bleed, or a hospital visit. After all, spinach isn't the enemy, but silence and inconsistency can be. Pickled cucumbers. The salty trap. No one talks about. They're crunchy. They're tangy. They're often served beside your sandwich or tossed into your salad like an afterthought. Pickled cucumbers or pickles seem harmless, even refreshing. But what if I told you that behind that familiar crunch is a chemical burden your heart may no longer be able to carry? I'm talking about salt. And not just a pinch of it. I'm talking about thousands of milligrams of sodium packed into just a few small slices. For seniors over 60, especially those already managing high blood pressure or heart disease, that sodium can be the silent trigger of a crisis. One large pickle can contain over 100 milligrams of sodium, nearly half your entire day's limit in one snack. It's easy to overlook because pickles don't taste like chips or processed food. They feel natural, even healthy. But sodium doesn't care how something tastes. It only does what it's meant to do: retain water in your bloodstream, increase your blood volume, and make your heart work harder to pump it through your vessels. Over time, this leads to elevated blood pressure, hardened arteries, and a heart under constant strain. I remember a patient named John, 68, who couldn't figure out why his blood pressure kept creeping up, despite exercising regularly and avoiding fried food. When we reviewed his diet, nothing stood out until he mentioned how much he loved pickles. Turns out, he was eating them every day, sometimes twice a day, thinking they were an innocent low-calorie snack. We cut them out, and within weeks, his numbers improved. No medication changes, no intense diet plans. Just a small shift that made a big difference. The danger with sodium is that it hides. It doesn't cause immediate symptoms. It doesn't make your chest hurt. You don't feel dizzy after eating it. But quietly, day after day, it builds pressure inside you. And if your kidneys can't filter it out as efficiently, which they often can't after 60, then that pressure turns into something dangerous. Something irreversible. The good news: you don't have to give up flavor. You can still enjoy tangy, crunchy foods, just with more awareness. Look for low sodium or no salt added versions. Better yet, make your own pickles at home using vinegar and herbs. Add lemon, garlic, or dill for taste without the burden. Because it's not just about cutting salt. It's about choosing your salt wisely. Your heart has enough to carry. Don't ask it to carry the weight of a hidden ingredient too. Red chili peppers. When flavor becomes fire for the heart. Food is more than nutrition. It's memory. It's tradition. It's comfort. And for many people, nothing brings those feelings to life like a little spice. A dash of chili in the soup. A kick of heat in a family recipe passed down for generations. It warms the soul, but sometimes it can overheat the heart. Red chili peppers, especially the hotter varieties, contain a compound called capsaicin. It's what gives them their burn. But inside your body, capsaicin doesn't just add flavor. It activates your nervous system, increases your adrenaline, and pushes your heart rate and blood pressure upward. That might be fine if you're 25, healthy, and jogging 5 miles a day. But when you're over 60, and your arteries are less elastic, your heart more sensitive, and your medication's already balancing a delicate rhythm, that extra jolt can send your system into overdrive. I've had patients come in with chest tightness, heart palpitations, even elevated arrhythmias, all traced back to a spicy meal. Not because the food was bad, but because the body was no longer equipped to handle its intensity. Take Eleanor, for instance. She was 70, vibrant, and full of life. She loved spicy food, said it reminded her of growing up in New Orleans. But lately, she had been waking up with racing heartbeats after dinner, and her blood pressure would spike unpredictably. We traced it back to her chili-laden meals. Once she began to reduce the spice and switch to flavor-rich but gentler seasonings like turmeric, garlic, and lemon zest, the episode stopped. Her body didn't need punishment to enjoy food, just a little understanding. Capsaicin isn't inherently evil. In moderation, and for the right person, it may even have benefits. But for someone with a heart that's already working harder than it used to, constant fiery meals are like throwing matches on dry grass. You might get away with it for a while, but eventually, something catches. Over time, that stimulation leads to inflammation, constricted blood vessels, and more pressure on your heart. And when your heart is already vulnerable, that can be the tipping point. So, don't be afraid to eat with joy. But listen to your body. Notice how you feel after a spicy meal. If you feel flushed, lightheaded, or your chest feels strange, that's your body talking. You don't need to sacrifice taste. You just need to find a new language of flavor. One your heart understands and can safely enjoy. If there's one lesson I hope you'll take from this video, it's this. Not every food that's healthy is safe, especially after 60. Our bodies change. Our hearts change. And how we respond to even the most innocent-looking ingredients can shift without warning. Spinach, pickled cucumbers, and red chili peppers aren't villains. They're just misunderstood when placed in the wrong context, when combined with the wrong medications, or consumed without the consistency and awareness that aging bodies require. I'm not asking you to fear food. I'm asking you to respect how powerful food is, and how intimately it connects with your medication, your blood pressure, your heartbeat, and your life. Many of the patients I've worked with didn't need new prescriptions. They didn't need strict diets. What they needed was clarity. Clarity about what they were putting on their plate. Clarity about how their bodies were reacting. And most of all, clarity that you can eat well, live well, and age with strength without putting your heart at risk. So here's my advice. Start simple. Don't rush to eliminate everything. Instead, pay attention. Notice how you feel after meals. Talk openly with your doctor about your diet, especially if you're taking blood thinners or medications for hypertension. And when in doubt, choose balance over extremes. Steam instead of fry. Season with herbs instead of salt. Use warmth instead of heat. These small adjustments may not feel life-changing in the moment, but they absolutely are. Your heart has been working hard for you for decades. It has beat for you through joy and stress, illness, and recovery, love, and heartbreak. Now it's time to beat for it by making choices that are kinder, smarter, and more in tune with where you are in life today. I hope this video has been useful to you. Thank you for listening, and please don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. It may help someone you love without you even knowing it. To make sure you don't miss any of our future health videos, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. Wishing you strength, wisdom, and above all, good health.